Hey people, this is me. I don't really want to tell you my name, but I'm pretty sure you're about to find out. Uh, this here, what you're looking at, is a binder, okay, with a bunch of legal work that I've been handed down. I inherited through my grand old partner. So here, I basically have a lot of stuff, okay, and I want to go through and I want to just show you a few things about what happens in Indiana. Okay, uh, as far as protective orders and bonds and just a whole bunch of other shit that's really fucked up. And it's probably gonna be more than one video. And if it's a little bit too long for you, I don't know what to tell you. But if you listen, uh, you'll be able to know the difference and hopefully protect yourselves from some evil bitches. All right, because I mean, we're supposed to love each other and respect and honor and trust. And we know we can't trust everybody. We know we can't, you know, honor everybody, evidently. And after I'm finished showing you this stuff here, you're going to understand why you really can't. You know what I mean? And or why people are really trying to uh, fuck everybody over when it comes to uh, uh, troubled relationships. Okay, because this is what is basically happened is a troubled relationship. All right. Now I'm not innocent of anything, which nobody is, according to the Bible. And but you know, I have not physically lifted a finger and reached out and touched anybody. And if you look up the definitions of what it takes to be charged with a crime, uh, then you'll know that it has to have, like everybody, you can see these other videos on YouTube. It says stuff about corpus delicti and stuff like that. Well, you know, that's cool. I mean, you can go with that legal Latin term if you want. I don't really care. Okay, what I'm using to define what establishes a crime is uh, definitions. Okay, now I'm not going to get into the definitions right now, but what I want to do is I want to show you paperwork, actual paperwork. Okay, and I don't give a fuck if you see my name on there or anybody else's name on there, or I try to block out the case number and shit like that, so people won't be trying to whatever the fuck. I don't really care. Okay, I don't care about who thinks is giving who legal advice. And sorry it took 3 minutes to explain that, but you never seen me before. So right here, this right here is a uh, request form, inmate request form. Okay, you can see that. And basically, when you go to jail, uh, this is how you communicate to try to get medical care and shit that you're supposed to have, right? But because you already have it before you go to jail, so then you have to deal with their internal bullshit. And if you can see right there, CCA, that is a private corporation. All right, now right here, okay, I was charged with intimidation. Okay, let me see, what year was this? 2000. Okay, this was yeah, this was intimidation because I left a voicemail, uh, you know, saying that I'm gonna break down a door and whatever the fuck. Okay, so basically, what has happened with our troubled relationship is the fact that uh, we have kids, and she's got a real fucked up head because she doesn't really understand the reality of people because her parents are cops and her families are cops. Her mom's been a sheriff for 30 years, and we were together for 4 years before we even had a kid. and I never met her mom, so I didn't know too much about her until I found out she was a sheriff. All right, so I'm sorry. All right, but anyway, look, okay, this is a classification sheet, okay, and you can see right there, it says, well, it says level. This video is kind of fucked up, but you can clearly see that it says low, okay, so I'm some terrorist with a fucking low threat level, all right, and this right here is your property form, and this is supposed to be the stuff that they give you, okay. This is supposed to be the stuff that they give you, and I got it covered up, but basically it's socks and underwear and all kinds of shit. But if you really want to know, you don't get too much when you go to jail, all right? And when you go to prison, it's even worse. So I'm trying to walk you through a little bit of the stuff that I saved, because what I saved was enough to prove a case for what I thought was civil rights violations, but after doing extensive research for the past couple months, I clearly understand that we don't have any civil rights, and so you have to sue for your natural rights. So this is the shit that I've been saving. So anyway, this is the actual property that I had, okay? And of course, when they took it. All right, but I'm going to fast forward here, okay? There's a lot of shit, all right? And what I want to show you is how, you can get caught up in some shit, and even though it's all lies, I mean, you had to, I guess, well, like Winston Trout says, you have to enter facts in the evidence, because he says that you should be guilty, because like the Bible says, we all are guilty. And if you don't enter facts in the evidence, then you really don't have nothing to work with. All right. So you kind of need, if you have a warrant or anything, or something's going to happen, you kind of have to be ready and have shit prepared. Okay. So right here, we have plaintiff, all right, and state. All right, when it was filed, look at this. It's a verified petition for contempt for violation of a protective order. All right. Well, let me just explain this little thing here, okay? This has to do with, let's see. Yeah, this was when, after I was in prison, I had wrote some letters, and I didn't address it to her, okay? It was not addressed to her, but she got it, and it's a fucked up story how she got it, okay? And I'll probably make another video and let you guys know about that in a little bit, all right? But anyway, let's go through here and see what they're saying that is their evidence for a contempt, okay? For contempt, all right? Well, we already know the issue of the thing, all right? Now, it says, listen right here. It says, number 2, that I contacted this crazy bitch, all right? And she started out a really sweet and innocent woman. And it says that I contacted her, okay? Contacting her. Because, let's see. It says here, yeah, number 3, for several months, okay? And the most recent being 2 weeks ago, that I've been writing her and my kids, all right, numerous letters and telling threats consisting of the following. All right, now this is the fucking catch. All right, this is the whole catch, and I'm just letting you know my instance, okay? And believe me, I don't give a fuck how many sides of a story there are. All right, I'm going to show you right here that using their words, okay, in what I know I did. All right, so It says for several months. Okay, for several months. All right. Now, I went to prison in December, or actually, I went to prison in November, and I wrote a first letter in December, and it wasn't to her. Okay, it was to my cousin. All right, and his girlfriend got a hold of the letter, and she fucking gave it to this bitch and started a whole bunch of shit, which is how this thing came to be in front of my face. Okay, that everybody is enjoying right now if you're looking at this video. And I hope you are, because I really, really want people to know that you can protect yourself if you know what you're doing. All right? We can watch all these videos on the tube about uh, natural rights and being an executor and fucking all kinds of shit. All right? Basically, being sovereign. Now, if you don't know what sovereign is, I'm sorry for you. You need to take that word. If you don't know how to spell it, try to spell it in the search bar and look for it, okay? Look for it. And matter of fact, all you got to do is type it in fucking YouTube and you'll come up with all kinds of shit, because that's what I did, all right? And I never heard that term until I went to jail. And actually, the people that were speaking the term, they didn't know what the fuck they were talking about, because when I got out, I didn't know what the hell to do or where to go or what to find. So just recently, like I said, 2 months ago was when I had started finding this shit. All right. But anyway, let's get back to this. Okay, numerous letters. All right, I wrote one in December, and then I wrote one in February. All right. Now, both of them were addressed to my cousin. All right. So listen to the shit that they say. It says, numerous letters entailing threats consisting of the following, okay? Writes about murdering this bitch, okay? I didn't write about murdering anybody. What I did say was that I would cut people up and feed the remains to the pigs for my kids' pain. That's basically what I said. And I speak in metaphors, and I don't really give a fuck how people interpret it. It's not my business how you interpret things, because I'm sure if we watch Dumber and Dumber, we're going to have two different versions, and we're going to see two different things, because we're going to be scratching our ass, rubbing our eyes, and sneezing or something, okay? So we're not going to actually catch the whole thing like everybody else is catching it. So that never happened, okay? So just to let you know, in response to this here filing, okay, and the clerk signed it, and she is just as guilty as perjury as whoever fucking committed perjury, okay, because she signed it. All right, she's the endorser. All right, do not forget that, okay? So anyway, so I filed a contempt in response to this, okay? But as I walk through this here, you're going to see the things I did and what happened to me that really fucking screwed me. All right. So that's the first contempt right there. Is threats, okay, of murder. All right. Now it says that distinctly writes of murdering Michelle Cox and feeding her remains to the pigs. Yeah, I just told you that. But when I write letters that I'm pissed off about people, I'm not putting any names. So they're going to have to pretty much fill the shoes and try to hope that it works in order to get any type of grounds, which is to keep me locked away and away from my kids. Okay? And this is really fucked up. Okay? Because I've raised my kids since they were born. I raised my kids. And I went to college while I was raising my kids. Okay? And she worked. All right? She had a job. She was 9 years younger than me. So, I mean, she had a lot more things going for her than I did, because, I mean, I was, already past the point of giving a fuck about really keeping a job and maintaining a job. But that's why I went back to school. You know what I mean? Because basically the jobs that I had, they were seasonal, or somebody would piss me off and they would say I was confrontational. Well, you know what? Let's just say here, okay, I'm left-handed. I think with my right brain. All right. And if you ever heard of Santos Bonacci, he does a lot of great videos about syncretism. And so that's what happened. But now I gotta find a fucking plug for this thing here. Okay, well, let me just plug my shit up. I'm sorry. I'll turn this. We'll see it. Don't worry about it. So that was the first contempt. But see, you actually say it's the contempt has two parts, because she lied about murdering. She lied about me saying I was trying to communicate a murder, and then she also well, I did say this right here, that I'm making friends in prison that like me and shit. I mean, who cares? And what really big deal is that? So anything right here, C, you see C, distinctively writes threats of kidnapping parties, children. That's a goddamn lie. Okay? Only thing I can really remember is that I made a reference about I have family in other states, and I made a reference about us taking a plane ride and going to visit them. I mean, I don't know how the fuck that constitutes kidnapping, but that's their fucking shit. Now it says here, numerous threats of defying a court's order of protection. Well, which I pretty much said that a protective order is not going to save you. And if you really know what a protective order is, and it's in here, okay, it's in this binder, and there's more than one, so I'm just going to let you know. I'm going to let you see them. And what happens is that they issue a protective order, and then they're supposed to serve it to you if they can find you, and so forth and so on. And then if you know anything about contracts, then you're going to understand that when they hand you the protective order and you take hold of it and keep it, then that's binding you to the contract, and so forth and so on. And all this shit I didn't know back then, so don't worry. So I basically said that a protective order is not going to save you. You know what I mean? Because it's not. A piece of paper is not going to save anybody. Because if I wanted to kill, we'll just keep the word person, okay? If any person wanted to kill somebody, no, a piece of paper is not going to stop them, okay? If you know where that person is, all right, a piece of paper is not going to help them, and a fucking cop is not going to help them. I don't care if they send out 18 cops, okay? If you wanted the person dead, then they would have already been dead way before the fucking 18 cops got there. And actually, way before the cops got called, right? Because normally, you're going to fucking kill somebody and you're going to cut the fuck out, okay? Unless you're like me and you want to bask in their blood and fucking just enjoy the moment. But, she pissed me off enough that I really wanted to kill her, but or I had thoughts of mean things, and but I never have. She has my kids. I don't want anything to happen to her. So anyway, it says here that in E, which is still part of 3, that I wrote letters to my daughters. I mean, this is saying I wrote letters to my daughters, And, I mean, well, which is it? Was I fucking communicating to her? Or was I communicating to my daughters? Because the envelope, according to postal codes and rules and treaties with Switzerland, the fucking envelope is the designee. So, if your name's not on the envelope, it's not your goddamn mail. So, it's upon you, and you're the one liable for any damages if you open the fucking thing and you become shocked and awed and timid, okay? Timid, which means shy, and the definition of intimidation, okay, which is a law that they're saying I broke. All right? So let's just stay on this, because this is how this transpired. And then this says I drew a picture. Okay, yeah, sure, I drew a picture. But, you know, they interpreted the picture about a whole lot of shit, and they put themselves in the pictures, so we can just have A, B, and C, and then whoever fits A is going to say that's me, and whoever fits B is going to say that's me, and whoever fits C is going to say, hey, that's me. You know, why aren't these people saying, can I get paid? You know, because really it's a fucking civil matter that has to do between two people, not persons, okay? Because people, when they go to civil matter, it's not corporation against corporation, okay? As is established by the birth, okay? And if you don't know nothing about that, just listen to this fucking, what I'm saying, and go do some homework, all right? So, anyway, so they basically interpreted the shit however they wanted, and you know what? Hold on, let me find it. Oh, look, it says right here, there is also a gas can. You know what? I have a picture of that drawing, all right? Now, what they're saying is a gas can, it has 3 X's on it, all right? Which at the time, I really wasn't paying attention, but evidently when I drew it, I knew what the fuck I was doing, okay? Because 3 X's stand for poison, all right? And we already know that poison containers and gas containers are well marked, okay? And especially if you're saying it's a gas can, it says gas right on it. If you don't fucking believe me, I got one right here in the back of my shit. I'll show you, all right? So this is what they're trying to perpetuate, to perpetuate a fictitious danger that everybody is in, all right, which everybody that's involved in this is. And, you know, so they're saying my kids, so I'm perpetuating fear in my kids. So, you know, she's saying she's fearful, and her daughters are in grave danger of physical and emotional harm should I ever be released. Okay? Oh my God, should I be released? Okay? This came about because, okay, they filed new charges on that shit that I wrote, those 2 letters that I wrote that they're saying I've been communicating for several months, all right? So, yeah, and I'll get to that, and there'll be a second video, and I'm not sure what I'm going to title it yet, but, you know, this is my first video on YouTube, so just look at it, just take a look, I don't care. And yeah, they're going to be some long videos because I have a lot of stuff to explain, and I can't just say, hey, this is what this is, and then you really get a good understanding, all right? And I don't want to do that to you, because what I want you to do is, if there's anybody else in this country or in this world that has this law of intimidation, okay, you need to know some things, all right? And that is what motivates me, or motivated me, to just go ahead and make these videos, because I got tired of people telling me half the story and not really making the connections with the law that they're talking about, you know, because they'll tell you a bunch of shit and then they won't really tell you what the laws are or the codes. And of course, why would they? Because each state is different. You know what I mean? As far as intimidation, the only other state that I found anything on is as far as being criminal and you know, in a violation of a threat like murder, okay, is Montana. All right, in their definition of intimidate, or their definition of the law of intimidation, is totally different. And I have everything saved, and I can show you in future videos and so forth. But so anyway, it clearly, this picture is threatening. Well, the mail wasn't hers. I mean, you know what I mean? If if your next door neighbor left his Chucky doll out in the yard and you went over there and seen that the Chucky doll was there and you thought it was moving to kill your dog or something, and I mean, of course you're going to think the Chucky doll is threatening, but we all know Chucky's fucking fake. Pretty much like McAmerica, okay? And I don't give a fuck who's got a copyright on that name or if they do have a copyright, because I'm telling you right now, they're not smart enough to fucking outthink me to fucking say that they can prove any different that I own that name. All right. So, uh, so look, it says on the premises, okay, right here, I affirm under the penalties for perjury that the foregoing statements are true, and that stupid bitch signed it. Okay, and she has a lawyer. Well, she did. That's not her lawyer anymore. So anyway, in response to that, oh, here's an order to appear, and they actually tried to get me. They actually had me appear before my trial date in the criminal case with the intimidation, the new charges. Okay, and I ended up getting 3 years out of those charges, by the way. And I really wanted to test the system because I never took a jury trial before. So that's probably another story. Who knows? But you see, that stupid bitch right there is always sending you shit or stamping shit. But right here, this is my petition for contempt for perjury. You see that? Petition for contempt for perjury of filed document on March 10th, 2010. And that shit that I just showed you, that's the date. And so this basically states all the lies that were in the document. And actually, this one right here was I was in jail and had to go to the law library, which is totally a fucking joke. You know what I mean? It's not a law library. They have a computer and they tell you that you can look up cases and shit. Well, if you don't know what the fucking case is, how the fuck are you going to know what to look up? You don't have, there's no due process when you go to jail. If you don't have somebody working for you, and I'm not saying a paid lawyer, okay, because even they're not going to fucking listen to what the fuck you're saying. They're not going to build a defense based around what you say, okay? So that's why you're not supposed to hire an attorney. And that's not legal advice, that's safety advice, okay? So these videos are going to be about your personal safety, okay? So I don't give a fuck who says legal and what. I don't need a disclaimer. Fuck you. I don't even know what that is. Disclaim? I didn't claim shit. I didn't, I mean, why would I? Because if I disclaimed anything, then I would be saying from the get-go, hey, this is legal advice. You know what I mean? And then at the end, hey, disclaimer, I don't hold any liability to it. Okay, if you really want to know, for all intents and purposes, of the structure of the shit. All right, and I'm not a genius. Okay, I just know what I went through, and I know what happened, and I know what the fuck they did that is full of shit. That's full of lies. All right. So anyway, I didn't actually get to file this in time. Well, actually, no, the first one, I don't know. Yeah, this is the second one. I revised it is what happened, because you see it says untitled there, which if you're using a law library computer, unless you name the file ahead of time, then I guess that's what it says is untitled, and you'll actually see other forms. And hold on, let me see. Let me see. Oh yeah, see, Cox. Yeah. So see, kind of switched. But anyway, this is the form that I filled out, and then it was notarized. This is a notary. I mean, she was a goddamn pig, but she was a notary. All right. And that's February. No, that's not February. When did I sign it? 16th of March. Okay. Well, let's just say when I got to the hearing, okay, they didn't know anything about that contempt petition I just filed. Okay. And so I handed them a copy. And then they still didn't do anything with it. So I got a whole lot of sweeping up to do. It's going to be spring cleaning for Mr. me. All right. This right here is a motion to have defendant placed in administrative deadlock. Okay, that means a no contact block. All right, and if you're in jail, okay, and I'm not talking about CCA, okay, because they can't do this in CCA. All right, they don't have the capacity or the means to do it. All right, so this is in the county jail, and in Indianapolis, there's two jails. There's jail 1 and jail 2. All right. So this, they had me in deadlock. All right. Now, that cocksucker right there, okay, cut me off. No contact means you cannot get mail. You cannot contact your lawyer or your public pretender when you need to, and basically you're just fucking stuck. All right. And while you're in there, okay, if you, and it doesn't matter if you're in there or if you're in general population, it doesn't matter. Okay, the prosecutors are tapping the phones. They're trying to use everything that you say on the phone against you, and in order to prepare their case. Okay, in order to prepare prosecution. All right. Now, I was handwriting letters to my public pretender, and I was basically telling them, hey, we need this information, we need that, we need this, and we need to get this info on these people. And I'll show you some shit later on. But so yeah, so what he did was say or was confiscate my mail, okay, in between, and then analyze it and make copies. I don't know what the fuck they did, okay, but I just want to let you know, by time I went to court again, okay, they had already had a discussion of what happened, and the judge basically said, and I think he was the first one that spoke, or actually said something that meant anything. And the first thing he said was, there's not going to be anything that's brought up about people's past and shit like that. Okay, this is what he said, the judge. All right. Now, I told you that she did not have. Oh, the mail was not to her. Okay. It was sent to my cousin, and his girlfriend gave it to the mother of my kids. All right. Now, his girlfriend was a key factor for me going to prison in the first place. All right. And the whole shit that led up to me actually getting in the position of going to prison, okay, was her. Okay, because I told you I left a voicemail, and I left it on her phone, his girlfriend's. Okay, and basically, she had already been tried and convicted for theft and fucking all kinds of shit. I got her shit on record too. You know what I mean? I'm not sure how long this video is going to be, or as you know, as far as the memory that I have to save it so I can upload it and shit. So I'll try to bring it up, but before I'm done, I want to show you something about bonds. Okay, I have two binders. Okay, this is the first one. Okay, the second one is really fucked up. All right, so I'm glad I kept this shit. Oh, good old people, look at here. This is the first document you get from your public defender preparing your defense. Do not talk to nobody about your case. Yeah, that cocksucker right there told me he had my back. He would do whatever he had. Don't worry, man, I got you. This is what the fuck his motto was. That was his motto. Don't worry, man, we're cool. All right, yeah. Well, when I'm done, you're going to understand that's not fucking the case. So, yeah, okay. Here's an instance right here. You know, I wanted a document to vacate the protective order. All right. Oh my God. Oh, we don't have an order. Yeah. The law library, all the good things they do for you, they don't have it. I think this is the bullshit shit she gave me to, I guess, write and contact them to fucking, I guess, get something. I don't know what exactly that deal was. Oh, here, now I told you I was communicating with trying to get information. Okay, well, this is the information I needed right here. And this is public record. Okay, all these things that I got that I'm telling you I have that they didn't give me or weren't trying to give me. Okay, I got all this shit for free. All right, and I don't know if you can get it for free in every state or how that works, but here you can get it. And if you need it, I'll let you know. All right. So I was asking for criminal backgrounds for my cousin and his girlfriend. Okay. And then I wanted the 911 histories. Okay. That's free information. I wanted the 911 histories of both of their addresses because they both had cases that I didn't know about, and I needed to know what the histories were in order for me to find out what the case numbers were, in order for me to have the shit that I needed to let these people know, hey, this bitch has been convicted of fucking theft and everything, whatever. I can't really remember what her convictions were, but like I said, I have it, and I'm going to try to refer to it, okay? Because we're about 36 minutes into this now. Uh, so yeah, I signed that. You don't need a notary to ask for public access, okay? And uh, let's see this right here. Yeah, I'm trying to read it at the same time so I know what to tell you. This is basically a tort claim talking about loss of energy. Oh yeah, yeah. Here's the thing. This is funny. All right. Now you hear about people being paper terrorists and shit. Okay, well whatever. I don't know what the fuck that is. It all makes stupid sense to me. But what I try to do here is file a tort claim, and it was basically for loss or injury and the extent of the loss of injury and so forth. And so that was my amount there in punitive damages. Okay, but they never did anything with that. There's my certificate of service there. So I try to do shit pro se because I didn't really know what to fucking do. Because I'm asking this dude for help. He ain't doing shit, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna have to file shit on pro se too. So I'm basically represented and then not represented. So who knows? Oh, this right here, we had a protective order, and so I wrote a letter in the style of a legal document to this fucking crazy bitch right here, just asking her if she was doing okay and if things were good. Oh, yeah, my bad. That's 2011. That other bullshit was 2010. So, so I write the letter. I don't even know if she got it. I don't give a fuck, but look, did a certificate of service on that too. Uh, let's see. Well, this right here has to do with an appeal. Okay, so I tried to appeal the voicemail case because they basically breached. I signed a plea agreement, and they basically breached the contract by not letting me out of jail the fucking day of or the day after. And so I don't know. Let me make sure if this is okay. No, that's protective. That's protective. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. I'm trying to find the case number because what I'm about to show you is about the bonds. Okay. Oh, that's visitation rights. God damn! I just flipped to it. Oh, yeah. Hey, right there. Motion to compel records. I really wouldn't suggest compelling records if somebody's been through the Department of Child Services. I think you should just send them a notice of an affidavit or a notice of understanding and intent or whatever. Okay, because they didn't do shit with this. I mean, I can kind of understand why, because I didn't even know what the fucking case number was for them to do anything. But let me back up here, because here it is, bladed appeal. Okay, 43793. All right, I'm gonna put this up. All right, what I'm gonna show you here, all right, is two cases. All right, now this right here is my charges. Okay, intimidation, and you see the plaintiff is the state. All right, so and I don't care if they have a copyright on this case or not. I don't really give a fuck, because they could tell me I can't use it or whatever. But here here it is, right here. You see it says right there, court orders bond to be set in the amount of $250,000. Okay, I didn't even have a jail. I mean, I didn't even have a job. I didn't have no money. These people took my car. These people took everything that I owned. Okay, and even my family did it. It's really absurd. But I just want to show you right there the fact that there's a $250,000 bond. All right, and let's go back up here to what the charges are. Okay, intimidation, felony. All right, now I'm not sure if intimidation is a first degree charge or a secondary charge. I'm not sure exactly how the fuck that works out, but you can see invasion of privacy. Invasion of privacy is not a felony. Okay, invasion of privacy is for breaking the contact order. So per them. Okay, so you can see how they and actually it says 4 charges, but what happens is nope, that's definitely, it looks like 4 charges. I would actually have to have the charge sheets to let you know. And in my other binder, I have charge sheets. But hey, you can see right there, intimidation. Okay, intimidation. Now let me tell you something. Intimidation, it says to make timid. Okay, if you feel shy, if anybody makes you feel awkward. Okay, if anybody says, give me my fucking phone back. Okay, well, you just intimidated them. All right, and here's the really stupid ass scenario about intimidation. Okay, you go to somebody's house and they're cooking some food. Okay, you're hungry as fuck, but you've never had their food before, so you're a little bit embarrassed to ask them for something to eat, if you can have some, basically, right? And we all know a closed mouth don't get fed. So if they're cooking, okay, if their cooking is causing you to feel shy, awkward, out of place, okay, then basically the cook is intimidating your little dumb ass because you're too fucking stupid to just go ahead and take a bite of what they're serving. All right. Now this right here, okay, is my cousin's case. Okay. Now look at this: domestic battery, felony, domestic battery, misdemeanor, battery, misdemeanor. So actually, when they file a felony, actually what they'll try to do is they'll try to file a misdemeanor, and then the secondary charge, or actually the part 2 of count 1, okay, would be the felony. All right, that's basically how this shit works, and I've got some charging sheets that I'll show you. But anyway, so he got charged with battery, domestic battery, which means he, beat the shit out of his woman, or, who knows what happened in this case. I think I actually seen him in jail when I was going through some shit, but this is actually before I went to prison. Is when this happened to him. Okay, so but anyway, my case was the case I just showed you was '09. Okay, so his case was '08, and so those are his charges. He actually did something, and he actually put his hand. He physically did something. Okay, intimidation. You do not have to physically do anything. All right, it's just a perpetuation of a threat. Basically, what it boils down to, and you won't ever be able to find that description anywhere on the internet. Okay, this is what I'm giving to you based upon my knowledge. All right, so you can either choose to watch my videos and find out some shit, or you can just be stuck like Chuck, and I really don't give a fuck. All right, so he actually did something. And battery, let me explain to you battery. Okay, for people who don't know, if somebody loans you their car, okay, you go to the car. If somebody try you to go to the store, on your way to the store, you get people damn near try to run you off of the road or whatever. Fuck, you get some road rage, right? Because these stupid fucking drivers. Okay, so you get pissed off. All right. So by the time you get back, okay, by the time you get back, you're pissed off, and then the person who you borrowed the car from asks for their keys back, and they take it. Actually, hold on, I'm saying it from a different point. Okay, instead of him getting sideswiped and on the way to the store, just let me back up. Okay, actually, what would have to happen for what I'm trying to explain to you is the dumbest thing in the world to be called battery. Okay, you borrow the keys from somebody, you go to the store. All right, now you get back to the store, but in the meantime, when you're gone, okay, the person who you borrowed the car from gets a phone call or some kind of interaction with somebody, and they get upset. Okay, they get pissed off, and maybe they're punching holes in walls and shit or something. I don't know. All right, so you get back from the store, and then you try to hand them their keys, and then as you're trying to hand them their keys, they just fucking grab it from you. Okay, they just reach out and just snatch it real fast. Okay, that's battery. All right, that's what these dumb fuckers are trying to say is battery. But anyway, so he actually did something. I think in this case, he might have choked out his woman. I think this is the case where he choked out his woman, and she fucking came to as he was leaving, and she took a baseball bat and was fucking breaking his windows and shit. It was a funny story. But anyway, so I mean, we don't really. So I don't really know. I wasn't there. I can't really tell you that that's what happened. Okay, this is just hearsay. So let's just say that if he did choke her, he choked her out. He did something. All right. So let's look at what his bond was. Okay, and we can go down here, right here. Bam. In person. So you see that name. When you do some research, you'll get a good understanding of what that is right there. And I would suggest looking up Black's Law First Edition. Okay. It's got the Freemason website, has the first edition, and it's basically it's a bunch of scanned pages, but when you read that, you'll get a good definition of who you think you are. Look at his bond. $10,000. Okay. My bond was $250,000. All right. I didn't have a job. I was homeless. I didn't have shit. This dude had a job, had a house, had a car. All right. His bond was $10,000. How the fuck is that? I don't know, man. I don't really know. But since I'm here, Let's see. I want to give you all my sources. Well, shit, that's not your business. But let me just come over here. All right. And I told you that I was going to uh, show you about the bitch that handed her the threat. Okay, the one that I was trying to get the information for, so I could win my case. Okay, this is at a glance. All right, let's just come over here and look. Okay, there's actually nope, this is all her. Wow, this bitch has 13 charges or whatever, be it traffic or whatever. So let's see here. Possession of a controlled substance, felony. Theft, receiving stolen property, felony. Okay, and then right over here it says decided. Well, let's go look up this case here, just to make sure that she got found guilty and everything. Let's see. 0243. Okay, I just need to remember the. Basically, you just need to remember the last numbers, and I've got everything I need. All right. So this is her dumbass case of getting, and this is just the case summary. Okay, you see right here, chronological case summary, and this is basically just a short outline of what happened in the case and so forth. Wait a minute, did I see the charges? Wow, I didn't even see any charges in this fucking thing. Let me see. Yeah, it was 36. This is saying that it is. Wait a minute. This is. Sorry, it's taking me too long. I really don't try to pay attention to this bitch, and plus, I got to get some stuff ready, and I'm not. See, this was 2007. Oh, my bad. Yeah, I was looking up the wrong one. It's the 29 one. So let's close this out. Let's go right here. It is. That other one was a civil matter, like a traffic ticket or something. So anyway, yeah, there's her dumbass address. I don't care. Go over there, throw a bomb. Theft, receiving stolen property. All right, and I don't know what a converted case is. I'm still working on that. So let's see here. Yeah, provided. Yeah, she was provided with a copy of all charges and advised of a jury trial. Oh boy, bond review. Look at her bond, $7,500. So this bitch had to pay 10% of that is, I know it's not $750, it's probably $75. She had to pay $75 to get out of jail. Wow, what a fucking bitch. So let's see, we can actually find out. What I'm trying to find out here is whether or not, look, she was actually released. She didn't have to pay a bond. She was actually released. Oh, poor her. What a fucking wonderful bitch. Let's see here. I'm sorry for cussing. You know, I cuss, especially when it comes to legal things, you know, that are fucking screwed. And I'm pretty sure by just the comparison of the bonds that you know that it's bullshit. You know, I didn't do nothing. You know, she actually went and stole, and I think what she stole was some dog food. You know, because that's the kind of bitch she is. She'll go into a grocery store and then she'll throw a big old bag of dog food under the grocery cart. You know, like most fucking people try to do if they're broke. But this bitch had money, and she just does that shit. And so she actually violated a business. You know what I mean? So, look, $500 drug treatment user fee. So, okay, I think she had to do that for like a pre-release thing. So, yeah, pre-trial conference. Yeah. So what I really want to find is and show you is whether or not she got found guilty, and so you'll know that if I had all this information, that I wouldn't have got convicted, because they would have taken her word first. She was the first witness, and the second witness was the mother of my kids. Now, here's the funny shit. Okay. Now, while I'm just trying to find if she got, oh, look, I think she got probation. Okay, what happens is she she walks in the court, okay, and what happens is my public pretender says, "Hey, do you recognize anybody that fits that description?" And she plainly said no. Okay, that's what she said straight up. No, I do not know. He asked her more than once. No, I do not see him. And there was only 4 men sitting there and 1 woman, and she couldn't fucking find me for nothing. Okay, so uh, so the prosecutor, what happened was the prosecutor did one of those head nudge things my way, right? Are you sure he's not in this room? Moving his head to the side. Yeah, it was pretty funny. His little fucking Damien looking ass. Looks like she got convicted of the misdemeanor, but she was placed on probation. I mean, really? She had a felony theft. So, anyway, who cares? She got her. Okay, right there it is. Theft, stolen property. So she took, she took a plea for probation. So yeah, she did accept both charges. So even though it says uh, guilty of a misdemeanor, she still, yeah, right there, order of probation is what she got. All counts to run concurrently. So um, yeah, there it goes. As to count 1, sentence. As to count 2, sentence. Okay, of course they suspend some shit, especially if it's your first felony. But I don't know if it was her first felony. So anyway, I think I'm going to close. All right, but here, since I got you paying attention, I'm gonna find the I'm gonna find the yeah, here it is. So where is, I think it's this one right here, 892. Yep, right there. Let's try and zoom in. Okay. I hate laptops. But right there. A person. And hold on, because that's not all of it that you need to see. Okay. For you to get a good concept of what a person is, and how everybody is saying that we are slaves to the foreign corporation of the United States of America. Right here, person, a man considered ordering to the rank he holds in society. All right, with all the rights to which the place he holds entitles him, and the duties which it imposes. All right. Well, that's Beauvois or Beauvois. I'm pretty sure that's Beauvois' legal dictionary, which there was 2 blacks and Beauvois back then. But anyway, so just keep reading this, okay? Let me just read it to you. All right. A human being considered as capable of having rights and of being charged with duties. Okay? So when they're charging you with a crime, they're basically telling you to sweep the kitchen. Okay? So while a thing is the object over which rights may be exercised. Uh, man, that is just a weird little sentence right there. While a thing is the object, okay, which probably basically means that I own this phone and I'm exercising my rights by owning this phone through the use of it. Okay, that's a pretty much cut and dry, plain definition. But look here at the bottom, and this is the reason why I really wanted to show you was the bottom paragraph and how it relates to the foreign corporation. So it says persons are divided by law into natural and artificial. Okay, we're divided by law, and when they say they cannot take you to, they cannot charge you with a crime unless you consent to it. That's pretty much true. All right, because what I'm describing to you, I pretty much gave them consent. Okay, because I did not really know anything, and but all that's going to be changed. I'm not worried about it. But it tells you right there in the first sentence, we're divided by law into natural and artificial. I mean, how the fuck can a person be artificial? Okay, so that's what you need to make a connection on right there, is that persons are also artificial, which plainly connects the dots to the birth certificate. Okay, so just pay attention to this shit. All right, natural persons are such as the God of nature formed us. All right, pretty much. When that pretty much lets you know that there are, and natural rights do exist. And as Thomas Jefferson put in the Declaration of Independence, we have unalienable rights, and they are not to be taken away or construed, abridged, period. All right? If you don't know any of these words I'm saying, take some notes, look it up. But I will say abridged means to take away, means to shorten. Like their control of knowledge, they will abridge the dictionaries, they will abridge whatever the fuck they will, history books, they'll abridge whatever the fuck they want. Okay? Slowly but surely. And I can tell you right now, one sure thing is prohibition. Okay? Prohibition, if you look it up in a dictionary today, all right, you will not get the same definition that there was like a year after prohibition. Okay? Prohibition, the definition, the true definition, the full, unabridged definition means that that during the illegal sale of alcohol, people were prohibited from buying it and so forth and whatever. And even though I just said the same thing, I'm not quoting the goddamn dictionary. I'm just letting you know. All right, I know what I've read, and then it also tells you about the churches. Okay, it tells you about the churches still had sacrament, and they did not. The prohibition law did not apply to them. Okay, the churches. All right. So, if you really want a good understanding of prohibition, maybe you should think about whether or not you like to smoke marijuana. Okay, because that's part of my religion, and it's God's tree. It's according to me and others like me. It is the tree of life. Okay, as stated in Revelations 22:2. Okay, and that basically says that the tree of life bears 12 manner of fruits, 12 months a year, and has leaves of the tree for healing of the nations. Okay? Now, I'm not going to get too much into that. All right? I'm just going to let you know prohibition. If you don't think prohibition means anything to you, then if you do smoke weed, then you will understand that you are being prohibited because the uh, the law, the hemp law, is unconstitutional. Okay, to to me and the people that I um, associate with. All right, and there's a lot to that. But let's just get back to this definition. Okay, I wanted to show you a little bit about abridged. Okay, this is the first edition of Black's Law, and they can't abridge it because it hasn't been reprinted. Okay, they come out with a new edition. There's like 8 or 9 Black's Laws, 8 or 9 editions of Black's Law. All right, so they're not going to abridge this. But let's go on with this because we were talking about uh, the natural rights and so forth. But here it says artificial are such as are created and devised by human laws. Okay, so if you fucking want to register your dog as a person and then give him the power of attorney and start filing documents and doing things in your dog's name for the sake of your safety, all right, then it's perfectly legal because it says it right here. Artificial are such as are such as are created and devised by human laws for the purposes of society and government. Okay. Well, what you don't understand is, or maybe you do, but I just seen this is society. Okay. Now you'll actually have to dig into society. I'm not really worried about it because I know what society is. Okay. Like the law society. Okay. The Bar Association. Okay. The British Accredited Regency or uh, registrate or something. Yeah. Anyway, I just found out that the word was regency, but it also means registry. My bad. So it's either British Accredited Registry or it's British Accredited Regency. So however you want to say it, but that's a society. Okay, the Illuminati is a society. Okay, the Skull and Bones is a society. Okay, fuck. There's a lot of societies out there. Freemasons. We all think. Of course, it all has to do with the Illuminati, but they are all independent societies who are leeches off of the Illuminati. So, just figure that out. All right. But society and governments, which are called corporations or bodies politic. All right. So, regardless of whether the birth certificate makes us corporations or bodies politic, okay, you got to really just figure it out. And if you listen to people in some of these videos, you'll find out that really it's whatever you say it is. If you do not give them consent to do anything when you walk into a fucking court, and I really don't want to even go back into a court, and I'm pretty much facing 16 years right now. So for the same shit, okay, that I'm explaining to you, and I can really show you something about that too. Here, since I'm here, let me go ahead and show you. All right, because there's a thing called procedure, and if they violate the procedure, then how the fuck does it happen? Okay, and the first thing, all right, that you're going to find is that in order for a crime to be established, okay, there has to be a victim, The victim calls the cops. The cops come, do an investigation, and actually, if you look up the process of the police doing an investigating, he's actually supposed to question both parties to see if the evidence is suffice. Okay, and then go back to drag his ass back downtown and see if he can get a warrant. Okay, this is what the process is. All right. Now, what I'm about to show you is evidence. Okay, that they do not give a fuck about process. They don't care about shit. They don't care. There's not much they really care about. All right. And fuck, I didn't save those pictures to here, but I did get the. Let me see. Did I get it? Yeah, right here. All right. So anyway, all right. They filed a warrant. Okay. Well, first of all, they're supposed to see if the evidence is suffice. Okay. And then they're supposed to go and try and get the warrant and then arrest you. And then, okay, once they arrest you, there's going to be incident number with the arrest. And then they're going to use the probable cause affidavit, which is connected to that incident number, and then throw that and then start a new case. Okay. But what I'm about to show you here is that, and please don't try to get me in trouble because I got things to do. So it says here, look right there, 10-1, case open as a new filing. All right. 10-3, warrant. So see, case filed, warrant. It's supposed to be warrant, case filed. All right. So, I mean, if things were all legal for intents and purposes, I mean, they might as well. I mean, what? You know, I could show you a whole bunch of shit and go on, but this has been an hour and 12 minutes, so I'm just going to let you guys go. And I hope some of this information is useful, you know. And this is straight from my head, from a direct living experience. Okay, this is not an opinion at all, and I've just showed you. Okay, so there's no way that you can say that it's an opinion. All right, that's what I want to steer away from, is what people think are opinions and then what are facts. Okay, because opinions are fiction and facts are reality. Our birth certificate is a fiction. Our lives is reality. Peace.